Now the reason that they're in this line is so that they can actually be close to one another so that they don't overlook anything that they might miss with someone. Now, we did a search one time for a young child. He was about 8 years old, and they sent canines out with him and everything, and they couldn't find him. What they forgot to tell us was the boy was afraid of dogs. So he hid from the dogs. He heard them coming, and he just ran away from them. Never did find them, so they got a hold of the horses. Now, as you well know, that horses are kid magnets. So he loved horses. He heard the horses going through the woods, and he ran up to one of the riders. The rider just reached down, picked him up, put him on the back of the saddle, and carried him back home. So they have, you got to understand, if you're walking to try and locate somebody, you're ground level. So if you're 5 or 6 feet, you can only see a certain amount. But when you get on these horses, you're 8, 9 feet up in the air. You have a much better view and angle. Okay? Now, I'll answer any questions while they're going through this that you might have. We'd be glad to do that.
They found it, they're already coming out.
They've got to call her. No, they're supposed to go down there and look, and then new eyes will go the opposite direction to see if they can locate it.
Okay.
You were telling me in the car the other day that the rider wanted to go down the trail, but the horse kept holding him back to where the guy was. The horse knew.
You know, this man that we found down last week at Heard, down in Heard County, he had a little puppy with him, and the puppy had been out there 2 days with this man as well, and so the puppy just sort of, you know, whined a little bit. The horse heard it, but the rider couldn't, because these horses have great hearing, great smell, and great vision. So the horse heard him, and the rider was trying to take him in a different direction. The horse kept going towards where he heard the dog, and the rider finally called out the dog's name. The dog barked, and the horse walked right to him.
You're going to be a search and rescue team member one day? That would be cool, wouldn't it?
Now, some of these riders and horses have been with us about 5 years. And in those 5 years, we have done searches for the FBI. We've done them for the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. We've done them for Carroll County, Douglas County, Heard, Floyd County, Covington, just all over. Within about a 300-mile radius, we've done searches for. We've done about in excess of 25 searches so far. And we have found about 50% of them still alive when we go to search for them.
They found it.
All right, they located the hat that one of the people has put down here, so they're bringing it back in. Now we have codes on these radios that we have that the people would go ahead and call in and say we have located what we are looking for, and we would call them back in. Now let me explain why we wanted to find this hat. Believe it or not, this is a sentimental hat worth about $700. So the guy that owns it says, you better find this hat.
Right?
And we were hoping that nobody would walk off with it while we were setting up.
Oh, no, it's $700.
I know, camouflage too.
Now what they're going to do, they're going to do a formation. This is a training that we do for the horses so that they can go ahead and learn how to stay in proximity of each other. And we do this every training, every opportunity that we have. It allows them to be able to go ahead and walk close to each other in a formation. Thank you. I think he's trying to say I'm old and need this. How much is it? Okay, now what they're gonna, can you hear me now? I'm pushing the button. Is it this button? The one that says talk? All right, now what they're gonna do? Hello?
Yeah, maintain your skills.
Is that working?
No.
How about now?
There you
Yes.
Okay. Now what we're going to have them do is we're going to have them come down one at a time, down to me. We're going to send them different directions, and then what they will do is they will travel back, they will meet up, and they will come down in twos, go in different directions. Then they'll go back, come down in fours, and then they'll come down in eights. And you'll see how they work those particular. This helps them when they do a grid search like we just did.
No horses.
While we're waiting on them,
It's good.
is that it?
Yes.
Okay, great. We did one, Jessica, over for Carrollton, over Carroll County. The sheriff calls us. You know those big command vehicles that the law enforcement has, the big long 40-footers?
No.
Well, we've been working with Carroll County so much that we have our own place in that camper that they have. We have our own chair and everything. So they brought us and asked us to come on down and find a guy that was about 80 years old that had been out hunting the day before. He got lost, couldn't find his way back, and he had a dog with him too. And what we did is they had been working, trying to find him throughout the night and stuff like that. Couldn't locate him. We sent our horses out, and we found him within 35 minutes.
Wow.
The horses just went right to him. They're absolutely amazing. Excuse me a second, I got to do something.
I like that gray one that's up. Which one? That one that was behind the fence. That one. That one's pretty damn. That gray one is the that one. That blue one. There's that one. That one. I like that gray one. That one. That's that one.
That's Patricia's favorite. She loves that. And she took
We have all
horse
kinds
blanket
of
that you
different
guys
breeds
gave
of
us
horses in
when
this
we were down in
group.
Florida, and she
These
used
are
it
all
every day.
owned by these riders. Nobody in our unit gets paid. We do it strictly volunteer. These folks spend a lot of time, and you will see these horses as you go around to the different stations up here. Okay?
I'd be one out right now. Yeah. That horse right there is kind of freaking out. See, I told you that there was the
You guys want to stand over there in the sun? Sure. Yeah, come over this way. Come on. Yeah, oh, sorry. Oh, you're fine.
I ain't gonna kill him if I don't y'all take him out of the message. You just need to turn it off that in stereo.
You know, sometimes these horses are like kids. And you parents know exactly what I mean.
Yeah. My kids don't.
Yeah, my kids horse around a lot.
You know, there's always got to be one comedian in the crowd, right? It's supposed to be me. This teaches them how to walk side by side when they have to go on searches. That's why we do this.
She on the way.
Now you'll have an opportunity when you get over to where the horses are to tell me what kind of breed these horses are. Because I got all kinds of them. Different breeds and different colors. So you'll have an opportunity to tell us what color they are, what breed they are.
Lauren, you okay?
It's okay, okay? Turn around and watch the horses. Look at the horses. Look at the horses. You see the horses? No. Say hi, horsey. No.
Okay. Bring them up. You got to pivot this way.
No.
Bring them up. Bring them up. Come on. And then you're going to move up with them. Okay. Where's Jess? Oh. Nope.